Hey there, if you're looking for information about moving to Kelowna, you've landed in the right place. Today specifically, I'm diving into the differences between Kelowna and West Kelowna, and we're going to do a deep dive comparison on the two, because one big mistake I see all the time is lots of people using these two terms interchangeably and thinking that they're very similar, which could be a huge mistake. So stay tuned to find out why. And at the very end, I'm going to talk about all the cons that we have here so you know what to expect. I've lived in both West Kelowna and Kelowna and spent my entire life living between the two, so I'm qualified here to speak on this topic. I'm going to start with an overview of each of these cities, and then we'll start diving into and doing a little bit deeper analysis here. So we're going to be talking about, of course, commuting and the bridge, price points, amenities, the crime, vibe, lifestyle, proximity to the lake, and some of the other, lake amenities that you can expect. So I'm a real estate agent here in Kelowna. I help people like you looking for information about Kelowna, West Kelowna, Peachland, Lake Country. So if this sounds like you, head on down to the description after this video, book a call with me. I can get you a lot more information, or take a look at the free relocation handbook. It's a 101 guide with everything from A to Z in it, completely free to download. So check those two things out. Let's go ahead and dive on in. So snapshot of Kelowna, we've got a population of about 142,000 people. The driving economy is super diverse here. We got a strong emphasis on the service industry. We're particularly known for the wine industry that we have, thanks to the numerous vineyards and wineries in the region, which is absolutely gorgeous. So we've also got lots of tourism, attracting visitors, to come look at the scenic landscapes, the outdoor recreation activities like the skiing, boating, biking, hiking, and many other things. Like I said, very diverse. We've got a growing tech industry, as well as the university campus and everything in between. The climate here, we're classified as a semi-desert, so this results in the hot, sunny summers and relatively mild winters compared to much of Canada. During the summer months, it's perfect for all the outdoor activities. I kind of mentioned some before, the hiking, the boating, all that stuff. And during the winter, we got the cooler weather. We got Big White Ski Resort, which is one of the top ranked family ski resorts in Canada. So all 4-season playground here. So in the winter, you could expect temperatures to be averaging 0 to 5 degrees during January and December, but we often do get a cold snap that can send temperatures down to -10, -15, sometimes -20. In the summer, you can expect the average to be 22 to 27 degrees Celsius. Again, with the occasional heat wave, which we get, that can send temperatures up into the 30s. West Kelowna. The West Kelowna population lands in at around 35,000 people. This number has been growing steadily as the area becomes more popular for its residential and recreational opportunities. The driving industry in West Kelowna is fairly similar to Kelowna and piggybacks off of a lot of what Kelowna has to offer. Strong focus on the service sector, and the climate is, of course, very similar to Kelowna as well. So first topic we're going to talk about is commuting and the bridge. If you're like many West Kelowna residents, you may find yourself commuting into Kelowna for work or other amenities that you don't have in West Kelowna. Since this topic comes up pretty much without fail every time I talk to someone moving to Kelowna, I thought it would be worthwhile to address this in the video. West Kelowna is its own independent city and very self-sustaining as well. If you're the type that doesn't get too excited about, extra breweries, nightlife, lots of restaurants to choose from, and the extra shopping, you'll have no issues at all, as you probably won't find yourself migrating over to Kelowna too often. But if, like I said, you're like most people, you'll probably find yourself crossing over the bridge every day or multiple times a week. If you have no tolerance for traffic and already know that you like to have the amenities at your fingertips, your best option would be to find a place in Kelowna. Kelowna is a tourism town, so you'll definitely notice a big difference between summer traffic versus the rest of the year. During the summer, you could add on probably 10 to 15 minutes to your travel just to cross the bridge. As somebody who has lived in West Kelowna for like a huge part of my life, I can tell you that as long as you avoid 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. coming back into West Kelowna and 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. heading into Kelowna, you probably won't have too many issues during these times, because this is when many of the West Kelowna residents are headed into Kelowna to work and then coming back home from work. Like I said, Kelowna definitely picks up in the summertime in like the amount of traffic we get. Population just about doubles probably every summer. So that's kind of when you'll see things to start get a little hairier. So price points, on average, you could probably expect to save between 5 and 20% on comparable properties comparing Kelowna to West Kelowna. It doesn't necessarily mean one is better, they're just slightly different, right? Because West Kelowna is a slightly smaller town, you can get a property at a bit of a discount compared to Kelowna. If you want to live right in Kelowna, well, you're going to have to pay for that convenience. As someone who has lived on both sides of the bridge, I say it's worth it. Only slightly biased though, as I'm currently living in Kelowna. Another thing to note is that West Kelowna is known to have a fair bit of leased land. If you want to get a home at like an even larger discount, West Bank First Nations land takes up probably 5 to 10% of the real estate in West Kelowna. And the West Bank First Nation leases are known to be some of the best that you can get, some of them up to 125 years. Now, amenities. I alluded to this already, but some of the big differences when comparing amenities between Kelowna and West Kelowna would be the hospital, outdoor skating, Orchard Park Mall, nightlife, specialty shopping, the city park that we have, which is the beach and the tennis courts and all that stuff, the downtown core area where you could walk between shopping and breweries and restaurants. These are all things that are kind of lacking in West Kelowna. West Kelowna definitely has all the basic amenities, but if you're looking for the extras, Kelowna will be a better option, especially if you're coming from a big city center like Vancouver, Toronto, or Calgary. So crime. As you probably can imagine, the more densely populated city of Kelowna has more crime. You'll find more transient activity in the downtown core hub areas and Rutland Center. Downtown West Bank also has some of that as well. But overall, on average, West Kelowna has less crime. Of course, within Kelowna, there are many fantastic options and very safe neighborhoods. To name a few, you have the Upper Mission, Kettle Valley, Crawford, Ellison, McKinley, North Glenmore, that are just kind of like more on the outskirts of Kelowna and super safe neighborhoods. And in West Kelowna, my top picks for safe neighborhoods would be Lakeview Heights, West Kelowna Estates, Smith Creek, and Shannon Lake. So the lifestyle and vibe. What kind of lifestyle can you expect? So for West Kelowna and Kelowna, they're going to be fairly similar. You've got the fantastic and renowned wine country to take advantage of. So lots of breweries and wineries and fantastic places to eat. Both West Kelowna and Kelowna have great beach walkways, lots of private beach accesses and incredible amounts of hiking. You got snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, biking, snowboarding up at Big White, snowmobiling, dirt biking, quadding, camping, rock climbing, cycling, downhill biking. Whatever it is that you enjoy to do, you will find it here, as well as many other people who have similar interests. That's why people come here, is because of the four-season playground that we have. So naturally, you just have all types of groups and clubs to take part in. So let's talk quickly about proximity to the lake and some of the other things that you can do. So both Kelowna and West Kelowna have great access to the lake, although at times it can be frustrating in the summer when tourism is super busy, if you're wanting to launch your boat or find a nice quiet space on the beach. Just another reason to reach out to somebody like me who's a lifetime local. I've got all the hot spots that nobody knows about. There are lots of small hidden private access beaches and out of the way boat launches that are just kind of like the local secrets. Other cool things that we've got are a few resort style communities that have jumped headfirst into providing kind of the Okanagan lifestyle full service experience. So if you want a turnkey all-in-one option, take a look at West Harbor, McKinley Beach, Verona Beach, the Cove, and Aqua, which is coming soon. These communities have like townhomes, condos, single family, just your pick. You've got lots of different options, and they've got the amenities like the boat slips, the docks, the gyms, the the tennis courts, the gym, pool, hot tub, all the resort style stuff, right? Now, we wouldn't have a good comparison if I didn't talk about the cons. So con number one is that West Kelowna does not have enough schools. I know that this is something that they're currently working on, but it's something to keep in mind if you're moving here with kids. Many of the schools here, in particular the high school, has like a ton of portables, which is just like additions built onto the school, just to make sure that they've got enough room for the students. So one thing that frustrates me is we'll get cooler temperatures that will drop below zero. We'll get a ton of snow, and then the temps warm up into, you know, the low positives, and we get like just slushy dirt mess all over the roads, and it takes weeks for the snow to melt, so your car is pretty much filthy all winter long. We have something called an inversion here as well. It's a big cloud cover that we get that gets trapped in the valley over pretty much the entire duration of the winter. So majority of the days are overcast. And the third con is that being in the interior of BC and the driest area, we do get smoke in the summertime. It could be fires across the nation, fires across the continent, or local fires. But either way, oftentimes during the summer, we do get smoke migrate into the Okanagan. Usually June and July are wet enough that it's never a concern. September is usually cool enough that it's not a concern, but August is often when things are at the driest and fires are most likely. So I hope this video helps give you some clarity to your search. I am your Kelowna relocation expert. If you have any questions, would like to get some insights from a lifetime local, book a call with me. I'd love to chat. Also check out that relocation handbook down below. You're going to click the link, sign up on the form, and I'll email your free copy. And we will see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.